Hey there, and welcome to our channel, where every day is an adventure waiting to be shared. I'm Manda, and together with Dan and Aria, we explore, capture, and most importantly, enjoy every moment together. Join us on this incredible journey around the globe. In this episode, come with us to one of Croatia's most breathtaking natural wonders. With its cascading waterfalls, crystal clear lakes, and lush forest trails, it's a must-see destination. Or is it? We share with you our honest thoughts, along with our top tips to help you plan and make the most of your time in the park. Dan captures some amazing landscape photography too. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Croatia. First up, Plitvice Lakes, which is the English translation of Plitvice. Something else, starts with a J. And it is stunning. Look at the blue water. I'm not sure if the GoPro is capturing it, but yes. Anyway. I don't think I've seen anything like it for quite some time now. In this blue colour, it's got a green tinge to it as well, which is absolutely stunning. Okay, so we got here at about 12 o'clock. We didn't pre-purchase tickets. We suggest that you do.
Yes, strongly suggest.
Yeah, strongly. It's a Friday, it's October. It was meant to kind of be quiet season. It is jam-packed and there were still tickets available, but like...
There was like 30 left by the time we got to the ticket window, and it dropped from like 80 down to 30 by the time we walked the 5 minutes from the car.
And they do hour slots, so we got there at like 12:15.
We bought tickets at 12:20. And then we had to wait till 12:40 to enter the park.
Yeah, so so just think about that. But if you pre-book, then you're all sweet.
Yeah, pre-book, definitely.
Yes. We were going to come Friday, Saturday. We've been told you can't book any more tickets for tomorrow, being a Saturday. However, you can rock up to the window.
There might be some
walk-ups.
We can check in the morning.
We can check in the morning, and we can also like get up early and come, or come later in the afternoon when it's not as busy and popular. And hope for the best. So we'll see how we go. So anyway, today we've decided to do.
It's honestly, it's beautiful, but it's too busy. There's too many people.
There's so many tour groups, so there's just masses of people. Like there's 30 people moving in a space at the same time because they're all following a tour.
And you're all on these little walkways that are like 1.5 meters wide.
And so you just feel like you're herding cats.
And as soon as someone stops to take a photo, your whole line stops. You're just walking in a big queue around the national park.
Yeah.
At least this part of it. Near the entrance one, right down to the big waterfall.
Yeah.
And then around the lake.
So we're doing B today, which is start at the entrance, walk down, go around to the biggest waterfall in Croatia, the biggest waterfall for the park as well, and then take a walk to the right, and you go to a boat and things like that. So we'll show you the whole process of where we get to today. We're sort of choosing this. It is meant to be 4 hours-ish,
because in case we can't come back tomorrow, we wanted to sort of see and tick off the most that we could today.
If you want to take photos here, I don't know. Like, it's just too busy.
Yeah, so, you're struggling a bit.
I wouldn't aim to come here for photography.
Unless you
come first thing in the morning or last thing in the afternoon.
Yeah, and that might work out, might be different or a different time of year, but then you've got to worry about winter and stuff like that. Yeah, anyway, so that's what we're doing. That's our tips and advice so far. It is hectic busy, but it's absolutely beautiful as well. So sometimes you've got to take the good with the bad. Let's keep going.
Don't get me started about the way you look at me. Don't you see what you've done? Don't want a broken heart, and please never let me go. Can we be more than friends just for once? Yeah, you make me wanna try. Yeah, you turn my lows into my highs. Meet me after midnight at your house without your friends. Tell me we'll be alright. We got no doubts into the weekend.
So we walked for like an hour and a half, dawdling in the crowd, and then waited half an hour in a chaotic line of crowds to go on the boat. Went on the boat.
Not enjoyable.
And then we've come to the other side. Whew. We're puffed because we had to just walk up a bunch of stairs. A bit of a shock to the system. Everything's been paved and flat and pretty casual until then. So now we're heading to the station because there's a trainee type vehicle-y thing. We're just going to decide whether we go from station 2 to 3 and then back through to 1 or just 2 to 1. We're going to find out some information because, not sure what we want to do yet. But it's 3:30, so been here for about 3 hours. the end of day one for us. So we spent about 4 hours total. We ended up catching the bus train from station 2 up to station 3. Had a little tiny walk and then filled in the time waiting for the bus to then go back to station 1. So then station 3 down to station 1 and then walked back to the car. So we've made a plan for tomorrow. We're going to try and get up and be here by like 7:30. It's going to be cold. Sun doesn't rise at the moment until 7, so I'm going to try and come back, and we think we're going to try and catch the train up to station 3 and walk our way back to station 2, and then train from station 2 to station 1, and then that'll be the end of our time. We'll see how we feel. We'll see how we go. We may not even get a ticket to come back in tomorrow. Might not. Everyone else that can't get a ticket yet might also have the same plan. So we will have to see. But we will try, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Yeah, it was beautiful. We'll let you know tomorrow if we get to come back in. We'll let you know tomorrow, like what the best course of action is for your time here. But if we were to do it again from what we did today, we would actually probably do it in reverse to the norm to avoid the crowds. We'd catch the bus actually up to 3, walk back through, walk back, get the boat, and then walk backwards basically, and do it all in a day. And make use of the train and the bus and the boat and kind of smash it all in a day, do a big day, but cruise it and go opposite to the traffic. That's what we would do. But we'll see how we go tomorrow and we'll see what we think.
It's a Saturday, so who knows?
It's Saturday tomorrow as well, which means
more people.
Yeah, it's going to be probably hectic busy again. But anyway, it's home time. Been a while since you cooked on a fire.
It's been ages. Months. 6 months plus.
Plus, probably. I'm trying to think last time we would have done it. Would have been Tassie somewhere.
Yeah.
But probably like Bronte Lagoon camp.
Oh yeah.
And then we went.
Dad?
Yeah. Maybe it. I don't know. Can't remember.
Mom.
Have to look back through all the videos.
Yeah.
Well, that sunset. It's not showing up quite as good in the GoPro as what I would hope. It was pretty much a 360-degree view the whole way over. It started well, that direction, and it's come and finishing over there. Good morning from a very cold, tired Amanda.
It's what time is it, Manda? 8:45 now.
8:45 now, but we
got up at 7.
Yeah, and we're in the car by 7:30.
Even earlier than that, I reckon.
7:25 maybe. And we were at the entrance. Daniel dropped me off. I then ran pretty much to get the tickets, to get walk-in tickets, because we were watching the numbers online just drop.
They got live updates, and so it was like dropping the amount.
Yeah.
Available.
So when I got to the ticket counter, it was 5 to 8. By the time I got there by walking, and there was I think it was 5 left for the 7 o'clock session and 6 for 8 o'clock. Then we waited in line to get the bus thing up to station 3.
Yeah. It's 8 degrees at the moment.
8 degrees. It's cold. We just had to come into some sunshine. I think I'm just going to stand in the sun and defrost. But yeah, so we literally
there's no power in the whole region, so you can't. I could make a coffee at home, and they're not making coffees at the restaurant here either.
Yeah, so we're like, we'll just, because there's a whole busload of people, we'll just stop. We'll have a coffee and a hot chocolate. Let the crowds kind of go. Make sure we get off and go. Like get up before the next bus goes, but they can't even do coffees because there's no power. So it's a bit of a funny day actually. Oh, there's that sun.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
So delightful.
And the sun.
Daniel's finally found a spot that has no people, that has smooth water, autumn colours, and is not a boardwalk, it's a solid path, so it's stable. So he's finally got the camera out on the tripod. He did attempt a couple yesterday, but it was just so crowded that it was too hard to get something. He hasn't actually looked at them, so one of them might have turned out, but at least today he's got a chance. With less people around.
If you're in Europe and you've been there for a while and you're hanging out for shapes, you can't get in here. These bruschetta chips are reasonably close.
Pizza fleet.
Yeah.
Reasonably close.
They're not quite, because they're like a bread that's been dried and toasted rather than a biscuit, but they're pretty good for snacks.
You rate them?
You feel very European because you're having
bruschetta chips.
Bruschetta pizza.
Have you ever seen a queue to see a waterfall in a national park? If you haven't, we'll show you one very soon.
300,000 queue.
This is ridiculous. This is the walking path. There's literally a queue for a waterfall, which I can't even see the end of.
Because there's just a boardwalk that walks past the waterfall and everyone stops to take photos.
Everyone stops to take photos. It's funny enough.
Which is like
so
legit,
funny.
just make the boardwalk wider.
So everyone can walk fast, it'll be quicker. Yeah. And we've actually, unfortunately, just joined the queue, which is just a boardwalk. Remember, we're not joining a queue here. After a tour group. Alrighty, Manda's Cranky camp. If you don't want to listen to me have a whinge, skip this part. We just went through the most stunning section of the park for today, which is just where you walk literally right up, pretty much getting the splashes of all the waterfalls in that stunning area with the blue-green lakes, and it's absolutely stunning. As you saw, the queue. We sat in the queue, we did our thing, we stood there, we were fine, we're just chilling, we'll cruise, this is what you got to do. We got almost to the part where you could take a photo, and some selfish, arrogant people went, we're not going to stand in this queue anymore, and they literally just pushed past everyone, which then meant everyone else decided to do the same thing. We almost got pushed into the lake because people were just pushing and shoving past everyone instead of just flowing along. So then it just made a really hectic experience. It felt like by the time you waited your turn to get to the spot where you could take a photo that was off out of the way, so if people didn't want to stop, they could walk past you without a problem, people decided to just shove and push. And it really pisses me off when people are so impatient like that, because literally one person started it, second person, and then it was a flock of people just pushing. And you know, it actually all started because of a group of tourists stood there and took 7 photos each in different poses, and there was about 20 of them, and they stood there with their arms out blocking the path so no one could walk past, for each to have 7 photos in 7 different corners of the bloody lookout thing, 7 different poses in different jacket on, jacket off, hat on, hat off. It's just that when it's in a place like this with a lineup of people, that is just dead set ridiculous. That is selfish. Just like pushing past everyone who's waited their turn to get to that stupid platform. Anyway, so it could kind of put us in a shit mood for a little while. But I'm ignoring that now and I'm back in enjoying it. Unfortunately, because the whole thing is boardwalk and there's so many people walking, Daniel couldn't get his tripod out. So he took a few handhelds. You never know what's going to turn up, but it's kind of one of those things when you're like, oh, it really needs to be a tripod.
There's some good analogies like about sex and being in the right place at the right time but not being able to do it.
Yeah.
I won't go any further, but that's what it felt like.
I had such a
Not that I
gorgeous...
got experience with that, but
and just such a gorgeous possibility of a photo. It was absolutely stunning, as you would have seen from the footage, but just couldn't capture because there's just too many people walking on such a shaky boardwalk to get the tripod shot that he normally would. But anyway, it's absolutely stunning. So far our advice for today is be here at 7 and maybe start at P2 and walk that waterfall bit section early. Not sure how it would go with lighting and things like that. No idea, because obviously we're here with a bit of sun up and stuff. It's 10:30, 11 o'clock. So we have obviously the sun up a bit, so you know you may have issues with shade or colour or whatever, but if you want to avoid the debacle that we were just in, I suggest start at P2, go to the waterfall bit in the middle, and do 2 more early mornings. I reckon 7 o'clock P2 this way, reverse of what we've done, and then early morning and entrance 1 down and finish at P2. That's my piece of advice. Take it or leave it. Anyway, we're going to enjoy the last bit for today. Alrighty, made it back to the boat. We call it this boat, the little short distance across the lake from P2 to P1. Because that's back at pretty close to, you just walk back up to the entrance area and then back to the car park of second entrance. So we've done 2 loops. Did the 2 loops of the park, one yesterday and one today. And that was pretty good. You could do it in a day. If you got here at 7 AM, you could definitely do the whole lot in one day, but if you do 2 7 AM starts until lunchtime and beat the crowds and that, you'll have a good time. It was really worth it. It really, like, it's only €10 as well, which is for adults each in autumn, so save some money and come in autumn. From the 1st of October, okay. So September is still
€20.
yeah, so it's summer pricing. So it's definitely worth it. Like €10 is about 16 Australian dollars at the moment. So for what you get with the bus train thing, the boat ride,
Kids under 7 are free.
and that, it's actually a really good price for the park for what you can get included, because the bus and the boats are all of them are included, and you can catch them multiple times as well. So
Spend all day on the lake if you want.
yeah, could just keep cruising around. So yeah, kids under 7 are free, so Aria was free, which is great. So yeah, it was really good. Just have to keep in mind the crowds, but there's definitely areas where you are on your own and you can enjoy it. I'm puffed walking up the hill. Whew. Steps were easier. One last piece of information, in case we didn't say it yesterday clearly enough, book your tickets in advance. We are leaving at 10 minutes to 12. We just got back to the entrance 2 ticket thing, and they're sold out for the entire day. People are rocking up there now after driving from who knows where to come for the afternoon, and the tickets are sold out, no more available. It is a Saturday, so if you are coming on a weekend, you definitely need to book in advance. It was such a risk even for us to come at 7:30 and try and get a ticket. Luckily we did, but that was still risky. So yesterday we got here at like 12ish, just before 12 I think it was, quarter to 12, and we could get a ticket. It was Friday. But yeah, I wouldn't risk it. I just wouldn't risk it, especially if you've planned to be here for it and stuff like that. Definitely book in advance.
What have you got?
A tasting platter
For the parents?
for the parents. So
What have we got?
we got so this is for rinsing. If you don't like out of the 3.
Yep.
Fantastic.
So you go this from left to right.
Okay. And what are the different things?
So we have these 2 ciders. This one is a lemonade that is kid friendly.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Fantastic.
Just cook it on the stove. Win a $40 a night hotel, booking.com hotel in Plitvice Lakes area. And so super cheap. Knew it was going to be a compromise. Still has everything we need, really, but it was pretty cold today. It's like a fridge in here. It was like 22 degrees outside. It felt like about 10 degrees inside. So we lit the fire this afternoon, and now this room is unbearably hot. But I thought I may as well take advantage of it, and we'll just cook dinner on the stove.
It's very basic, but it's cheap for the area, so we just 3 days, but that's pretty much it. Sink, stove, fridge, and the cupboard there. It's got plates, cups, everything you need like that. Kettle. We've just put a few of the groceries there, but can't put too much there because of the heat from the fire. This is Aria's little space. Got 2 beds, using one for her stuff. So I've got more groceries kind of dotted along, and then some more here. Again, away from the heat. This is the bathroom, shower, toilet basin. Again, very basic. This is the dining room. Dana was using it for prep for the rest of our burgers. And then our bedroom. So, pretty good. Pretty big bedroom. We've been in smaller. Good morning from Zagreb, Croatia. What's the first stop, Daniel?
Bakery. Everywhere.
They are everywhere. He's back in
And
his
they're
happy
cheap.
place.
It was €1 for a chocolate croissant,
Which
and
is like-
€1.20 for a big Mexican chicken
Thing.
rolly.
Which is what, Australian at the moment?
The total was $4.50 Australian,
$4.50 Australian. There you go.
or $4 Australian.
Okay.
No, would have been $3.50 Australian.
Okay.
$3.50.
Cool. We're just here in Zagreb, the capital, for a day because we need to go to the Australian Embassy because of the referendum voting. We needed to, it's not compulsory to vote overseas in this referendum. However, we're strong believers in having our vote count. The fact that we're lucky that we're in a country that allows people to vote. And so we made the effort to make sure we could find a place to vote.
Should all be done and dusted by the time this YouTube video comes out.
Oh yeah, it'll be definitely, yeah. But just, it's one of those things, it's a life thing on the road. We had to kind of plan our trip around where we could do that. So we did have to make a few adjustments to make that happen. But it means that we get to explore a country's capital that we actually weren't planning on coming to. So yeah, that's what we're first doing this morning. Making sure we get to the embassy, and then we can explore after that, get the job done, and then have some fun.
What do you think? Is that a good toy to buy, Daria?
Nah,
Why not?
because there's so much else stuff that we haven't found.
How come we're at the toy shop, Aria?
Huh?
How come we're at the toy shop? Tell everyone.
To spend my money
What?
from that I've been saving up in the euro.
And why have you got the money? Why have you been given that?
From the Tooth Fairy.
Show us.
I
Show
don't
us.
have it.
No,
Right.
yeah.
So I've been saving up.
And what are you painting?
I'm painting a unicorn.
Wow.
This is I bought this book and paint with my own money.
Yeah.
And
Is that the example on that side?
yes, this is an example
Yeah.
of what it looks like, and I can copy it if I want, and sometimes do my own style.
Cool.
So now I'm copying it. If you come back after I finish the yellow, if you come back when the yellow is finished, I'll be able to show you my other one
Okay.
that is finished already. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Coming up next episode, we take you to the spectacular Istrian Peninsula of Croatia, where we spend a week in a gorgeous seaside Mediterranean town, exploring and soaking in the sun. We visit a historic Roman town to explore citadels and arenas, and Daniel finds a Roman urinal. We hike through the forest to a waterfall, spend time at the beach, and enjoy fabulous views. We can't wait to share it with you. We'll see you soon.